Hi there, Aquarius. Hi Aquarius, welcome to Carol's Universe, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much, my darlings, for joining me on your bi-weekly readings. So we're doing the 1st to the 15th of May, sorry, 1st to the 14th of May, I do apologise, 2020. And yeah, let's get started on this, shall we, guys? We're using for the reading the This Might Hurt Tarot deck by Isabella Rotman, one of my very, very favourite decks of all time. And also for your spiritual advice, the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, nice. So the focus this week, sorry, not this week, in the next 2 weeks is the Queen of Coins. I mean, it could be a person here, but it could also be finances with the Queen of Coins. And the focus could also be on the home as well. And probably, you know, with the Queen of Coins, she likes an ordered and a very structured home. So she's the type of person that likes to look at the accounts and get the finances in order and that type of thing. She's also very kind of, you know, driven to, you know, sort through, you know, finances, the money that's coming in, her bank account, that type of thing. This is also about the home, so making sure that the garden looks nice and the children are looked after and that type of thing. So, you know, if this isn't a person that the focus is around, which it could be for some of you Aquarius, the thing is, you know, the one thing that a lot of tarot readers struggle with reading are court cards, because you can read them as people or you can read them as energies. And as an energy, this person is very, very grounded, very sensible, very responsible. This is a very nurturing, loving character. When you get this kind of as a person, but also as an energy, it's the same sort of thing. Queen of Coins would be typically a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn individual as well. But, you know, it might also be the focus is on food and what you're putting into your body and, you know, exercise. If you look at this card, that's drawn beautifully. She looks very healthy. All of her body looks really good, very healthy. But also the focus could be on maintaining your values as well, because one of the things with the Queen of Coins, it's all about maintaining the things that you value. The coin that she holds is what she values. Let's have a look at what's influencing the focus being on the Queen of Coins. So, okay, so there is probably an argument here happening, I think. So I think this is probably trying to settle something here. And also the Queen of Coins can mean to protect oneself, because the coins act as shields. So it may be that the focus could be, if it's not a person, maybe this is about shielding yourself. It could be from an argument, because any of those coins, whether it's the king, whether it's the queen, whether it's the knight, whether it's the page, this energy is about shielding yourself, okay, because the coins act as shields. So it might be that the focus is on shielding yourself from an argument here. The focus might be on this person, probably because there is an argument with this individual. What's the root cause of all of this? What's happened? Right, okay, so we've got another 5. The 5 of Cups, okay, which is why the focus is on this, because of this. I don't know whether, I mean, this could be a person here. Doesn't really tell us much, because if the court card is a person, then, you know, how do you read a, you know, it doesn't really say, it's just a person that sits there. So the focus might be on a person. Maybe the root cause is because, you know, you're falling out. Maybe you're falling out with them. Maybe there's been an argument, which is why some of you guys might be thinking about this person. But also it could be about shielding yourself. Maybe the root cause is because of the 5 of Cups energy. Maybe you've had a falling out, influenced by an argument here. Maybe there's a need to shield yourself from something here. But it may also be because you're falling out with a person, there's been an argument. Maybe the focus is on them. Maybe you've been thinking about them, or maybe you will be thinking about them over the next couple of weeks, Aquarius. In the recent past, what have you experienced? I just feel that you've experienced kind of boundaries. I actually feel that this person here has put boundaries up against you. I think it is a person. I think that the focus is on a person over the next couple of weeks, because I think that you've had a falling out with this person. The root issue is you've had a falling out. It's influenced by that 5. So there's been a falling out. There's been arguments and then a falling out. And this person's probably, you know, taking you off social media, that type of thing. They've put complete boundaries up against you, showing here. How are you approaching everything? Well, I feel that you're approaching it. It's interesting. It's an interesting one, because if you're approaching the situation from the place of justice, then you're approaching the situation as if you're in the right, like you've made the right decision. So it almost feels like everything that's going on here, it almost feels like you're approaching the situation like you've done the right thing, like you know you were in the right to do this. But nevertheless, I'm just wondering why, as a result of that, then that the focus is on this individual showing here. If not, then maybe this is about shielding yourself. What's the most likely outcome of this situation then? the Judgment card here. So I just feel with the Judgment energy, the Judgment could be reconciliation, for example, renewal. Or it could be the need to make a very important decision showing here. Let's have a look at what's coming in. We're probably going to get some clarifiers with this because I want to see what it means by that Queen of Coins, whether it's a person or whether it's something that you're doing. What's coming in? Right, there's another individual here, and that's actually you, isn't it? Aquarius, because King of Swords is an Aquarian. So that's you. So coming in is you, the King of Swords. And I think that this is about you communicating, coming in. But, you know, it would make sense that you would show up as judge and jury. Because it feels like you're judge and jury on this, to be honest with you. But it feels like it might be the most likely outcome is that you're going to have to make a really, really important decision with the Judgment energy. Because it just feels like, when I look at it, and both times you've got a sword in your hand. Both times you have a sword in your hand. And you've got them, which area is that? Is it, let me just think. I think you're holding the sword in your right hand. It's almost like you're saying, I'm doing the right thing. Both times you're holding the sword of truth in your hand, which is really interesting. So it's almost like coming in, there you are, sitting as the King of Swords was sitting. It's Aquarius, so this is definitely you in the card. So the King of Swords, who is the King of Swords? King of Swords is honest, truthful, moral. He is plain talking. He's very kind of truthful with the King of Swords energy. He's not in the upright. He's doing things because it's the right thing to do. He's speaking because it's the right thing to say. He's not trying to be underhanded, only when reversed. So I think this is all about you guys speaking your truth coming in here with the King of Swords. You may even be giving a few home truths, that type of thing with the King of Swords energy. So you're saying things as they are. You may also be analysing the situation as well. You may also be kind of speaking the truth, but also maybe speaking some words of wisdom. What's this going to evolve towards? I think somebody's not going to listen to, and actually what? That's you as well, isn't it? The King of Swords. But the Seven of Swords is Aquarius. But I'm not going to read this as you, because if you look at him, he's running off. Can you see him running off from this? I don't know whether you've got another Aquarius around you, but I actually feel that whoever this is that you're speaking to, they're not listening with the Seven of Swords. They've got no intention of listening. And it may be that it's this Queen sitting here. Because I've got the energy in the next 2 weeks concerns a Queen of Pentacles. So that might be a person here. And the reason that the energy is because you're falling out with this person here. There was an argument and a fight here. And I think some boundaries were put up with the Emperor energy showing here. But you are approaching this like you were in the right. So you were in the right. You didn't do anything wrong. It's almost like you're saying, Aquarius, but I was in the right. I was absolutely in the right. The most likely outcome as a result of all of this so far is that you're going to have to, it may be that you're the one that's going to have to make the final judgment on how the situation's going to go, you know. And that would probably be that it depends on how they're reacting. But I think this Queen of Coins is this Seven of Swords. Because I think that this judgment here, the most likely outcome will be judgment, having to make the final decision. I think if there's anything connected with that as well, this is all about you guys speaking your truth and saying things as they are. But I get this person that you're falling out with is not willing to listen with that Seven of Swords. Can you see how they're running off? Now, I could have read that as you because it's both Aquarius energies, but I don't think it is you. I think that this is the Queen of Coins. I think this person runs off. They're avoiding listening to you. They don't want to hear your truth. Showing here. They just don't want to hear the truth. What are your hopes or fears? The Hermit. I think that your fears are having to withdraw with the Hermit energy from this individual. I think that your hopes would be, though, finding a solution. Where are things going to evolve to from these energies here? Seven of Coins. Well, you may be waiting for something to come to fruition with that Seven of Pentacles. We've got 2 sevens, choices. 2 fives. Changes after a difficult challenge, multiple 5s in the readings, change after difficult challenges and choices that need to be made with the 2 7s in the reading. It's a really interesting reading, and I'm going to ask why you're focusing on this Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so in 2 cards, why is Aquarius focusing on this Queen of Coins? Now, it doesn't have to be an earth sign. Could be anyone. Could be a dark-haired friend, whatever. But there is a friend here or somebody. I think they were a friend or they could be a family member. Why is Aquarius focusing on this Queen of Pentacles, please, in 2 cards? Because of love. You still love them. Ace of Cups energy showing here. You still love them and you want to take control of the situation. You love them and you want to surmount the situation. You want to get over the problem with the Chariot. You want to move on from the situation, I think, showing here. Okay, I think you want to move on from the argument with the Page of Swords. I think you still love them, and you're offering an olive branch as well. You know, you want to overcome, you want to move on from the argument. So I think it is somebody that you argued with, showing here, that is the focus showing here. Okay, and the root issue is that with the Five of Cups energy, you're falling out. So we're going to do this reading one more time. So what I'm seeing for the next couple of weeks is a friend that you're falling out with, Aquarius, okay? The focus will be on them. Now, the reason that the focus is on them is because you still love them. You're offering them an olive branch, and you want to be able to move on from an argument, I think, that you've had, because the Chariot can be moving on and the Page of Swords can be an argument. So I think that you want to move on from an argument. Now, the reason for this is because I think with the Five of Cups, the root cause of this is because you miss them. You argued with them. So what's influencing you thinking about this person with the, and also the Five of Wands is like a Five of Swords. It's a futile argument. It doesn't get anybody anywhere. You know, and also, you know, it's a silly, childish argument as well with the Five of Wands, because usually it's, you know, you can see on here, it's dogs, you know, yapping at each other, and usually it's like children playing together or fighting. So it feels like with the Five of Wands, the reason that your focus is on this individual, because you're offering them an olive branch, and you want to overcome, you want to move on from the argument, is number one, because with the Five of Swords in the influence position, this was a childish argument. It really didn't have that much significance. Number two, the Five of Cups, because I think you miss them, Aquarius, okay? But I think in the recent past, they may have put their, I think they may have put up some I think they might have put some barriers up against you in the recent past with the Emperor energy. So this person I'm seeing as being very stubborn in the recent past. But I feel that you're standing by your guns. How you're approaching everything is like, well, I'm in the right here. I'm not the one that caused it, or I'm in the right, sort of thing. But nevertheless, I think something you said to them really got to them, only because you take the stance of justice. And you're saying, but I'm in the right here. I didn't do anything wrong, because justice wouldn't do anything wrong. So you say, I'm in the right here, you know. But this person's taking it to heart, you know. But you're kind of like, well, look, you know, I'm offering an olive branch. Let's move on from the argument, because with the Five of Swords, it was really childish. And I miss you as well with the Five of Cups. Why are we giving up on this friendship when it was such a childish argument? I haven't done anything wrong. But I think this person has put up the boundaries against you. And the most likely outcome will be judgment. Okay, you're going to have to make a decision, I guess. It depends. It depends, because they're very important. It might be that you've come to a crossroads with the Judgment energy, or it might be that you have to make a really important decision. That important decision may be to let go. I'm just going to clarify that. What important decision? You said the most likely outcome will be just judgment. So what, you know, what important decision is this with judgment that will need to be made as the most important, as the most likely outcome? Judgment. What would be the decision? Three of Wands energy, just to focus on other things. It could be either that you wait. Well, Three of Wands can be longing or waiting. Okay. I think waiting until this person, probably with the Strength energy, kind of succumbs to you, or succumbs to your charms. I know it sounds like a weird way to explain it, but neither one of these cards shows an and or. You know, both cards can represent, you know, patience and waiting. So I would probably say you'd have to probably, the most likely outcome is you'll have to make a really important decision. And that might be just simply to wait. Not do anything maybe with the Three of Wands. Simply just wait until this person succumbs to your charms. Maybe not to push anything. But I don't think that that's you, Aquarius, because I think coming in, you're going to say your speech. You're going to say, you're going to call them, you're going to communicate with them. You're going to say, look, listen, this is what's going down, and I'm just going to speak my truth. That's what the King of Swords was done. And you're going to provide a very kind of balanced argument, because if you see yourself as justice, which is in the right, but also somebody who has complete jurisdiction in a way over the situation, then really with the King of Swords, this is a lawyer. So it's almost like you're in a court of law, and you decide, you know, instead of kind of with the Judgment energy making a big decision, just maybe to wait to see if they succumb to your charms, you know, because you might be kind of sending them nice little emojis online, that type of thing, on your phone, whatever, with that Ace of Cups, because you want to, you might send them a text, that type of thing, and say, look, I want to overcome the argument, I want to just move past it, I want to move past the argument. And it may be the most likely outcome is you're just going to have to, with the Judgment energy, just make a really big decision just to wait until they succumb. But I think that you'd go further than this coming in, because I think that you literally probably call them, or if it's a text message, you're really laying it out on the line. So you're writing some big old speech online, like a massive email outlining all of these things. Yeah, point 1, this is what happened. Point 2, I did this because of this. Point 3, you had a hand in it because of this. So it's almost like you're laying everything out, like loads of words, like writing loads of stuff as the King of Swords, just laying out why this has happened, because that's what he would do. He lays out the facts. You know, he lays out everything, and that's what you could do. But you'll notice the Seven of Swords is running off. So it's going to evolve, though, to this person, this Queen of Coins, saying, I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen, because he's running off from the King of Swords, running away from the truth. So I think that what will happen is that if you do that, this person is not prepared at the moment to listen to what you have to say. So it might be best to wait until they succumb to, you know, till they soften a little bit, because I think they're the lion there, and I think they show as the lion and you show as strength, because they're pretty angry right now. They're really angry. So I would say that you possibly best just to wait until they've calmed down, because I think if you say something, which some of you guys, and it's not that you've said something because you've already said something here, it's more that you're kind of saying, right, this is why this is, and this is why that, and this is why the other, because he's laying out everything, he's writing everything out. That's what you would do as a King of Swords. But this person, being the Seven of Swords, doesn't want to listen. And it's funny because emotionally wise, I think Seven of Swords is Moon in Aquarius anyway. So I just feel that this person, being Aquarius energy as well, there's a certain rebelliousness, because Aquarius is also ruled by Uranus. So usually when it feels like it's being hemmed in, which I think that you're doing to this queen here in a way by what you're saying, it's just running for the hills. So I just feel that this person isn't going to want to know. They're not going to want to listen to what you have to say, Aquarius. I mean, your fears would be having to withdraw, which is why when we say the most likely outcome may be that you're going to have to just make a big decision, because it's probably not like you, which is why judgment is showing up as being a big decision to wait until they calm down a little bit here. But being that it's probably not you and you're quite an active individual, Aquarius, you know, your fear will be having to withdraw and just wait until the dust settles. You know, and your hope would be to find a solution very, you know, rather now, because I think you really love this person. You don't want any animosity there, but I think there is. The overall outcome from you saying something, then not listening, is going to be you with the Seven of Coins just having to wait. You've put the work in, which is what the Seven of Coins is, and now it's time just to wait to see what evolves from the situation, I'm afraid. Okay, so you've done your piece, but you're just going to have to wait and be patient now, because there's not a lot more that you're going to be able to do. What is the spiritual advice you have for Aquarius on this reading, please, universe? What's the spiritual advice in 2 cards? Hope. So you just need to have hope here. I think this is the Star card here. Okay, that passion will be ignited. What is this one? I think this is the Ace of... is it the Ace of Wands? These cards are representative of the actual tarot. So number 1, so it's an Ace for sure. It may be a wand card, though. I thought wands were, I thought these blues were swords. But anyway, it's, you need, just hold hope, carry on having hope here. The Star card, carry on hoping that passion will be ignited again. Whoever this person is, they're hurting at the moment. That's all I can say. They're angry, and their anger shows in this card here, strength, where you just need to wait for them to calm down, and also that they've put these boundaries up. They've probably blocked you off certain social medias or something like that. And also that they're not listening to what you have to say. All right. You feel that you're in the right here, but they're really angry with something that you've done. All right. So they're less forgiving than you are at the moment. All right. But you just need to keep on hoping that the passion will be ignited in the relationship, the friendship, whatever it is. Okay. Because it will be at some point. But you just, in order for that to be ignited, you've got to let them kind of simmer down a little bit first. Alright, Aquarius, that is your reading. I'd like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. If you'd like to order your own personal reading, you can. Click on the link in the comments section or the end screen. Take care, my darlings. Love you. Bye.